Hello everyone and welcome to SUNUP. I'm Lyndall Stout. A case of avian influenza has been reported in Wagoner County. So today we want to begin with SUNUP's Curtis Hare talking with OSU Extension veterinarian Dr. Barry Whitworth about the latest on the case and some tips on how to keep your flock safe this time of year.
Well, as Lyndall mentioned, there was a case of avian influenza found in Wagoner County. And Barry, this was kind of expected this time of year, so it's not earth-shattering news, but it's something that producers do need to keep in mind, right?
That is correct. I think if we listen to what Dr. Hall has to say, there's about 17% of our wild waterfowl that are testing positive for high-path avian influenza. So it's important, I think, for backyard producers especially to realize this and to protect their flocks.
And we've been talking about this for the past couple of years. This has been an issue, I think, dating back since 2022, right?
Right. February 8th, 2022 is when this outbreak began.
So when we talk about things that producers can do to kind of keep it out of their flock, what are some of those measures?
Well, the most important thing is follow your biosecurity protocols. And so we do everything possible we can to make sure that our birds do not have contact with wild animals. So we don't want them, if you've got a pond on your place, you don't want that to be your water source for your backyard chickens, because we know wildlife, wild birds and the waterfowl are going to go there. You want to do everything you can to keep things sanitized, clean. Keep your waters, feeders all cleaned all the time, your coop clean. Always remember yourself as a possible vector of the disease. So make sure you have designated clothing. I would have some coveralls I wear every day. Designated shoes that you keep clean. You don't want to go to town, go to the feed store, and then go back and take care of your chickens, okay? Don't do something like that. Make sure you're always changing your shoes, you got designated. Wear gloves, and those types of things are really important as far as protecting your flock.
And right now is the time when those waterfowl, those migratory birds especially, are moving, especially the Canadian geese, because you can see them flying overhead constantly this time of year.
That is correct. I mean, they're on the move. And when you say flying overhead, don't forget that those animals are gonna poop in the sky, and where those droppings fall, that's where the virus is going to be. So you need to think about, as far as your coop is concerned, do you have a tarp or something over your pen in some way to protect, again, from keeping it from getting contaminated?
Mm-hmm. And shared water sources as well, right?
Exactly. That's what I say. If you've got a pond and you're letting your chickens drink out of that pond, that's bad, okay? Because those waterfowl are going to hit that pond, and again, they're going to defecate in that pond, and that virus is liable to be in that pond.
So what are some symptoms or some signs that we can look out for if a producer expects that there might be avian influenza in their flock?
Well, typically, and we're talking about influenza A subtype H5N1, which is high-path avian influenza. Typically in those, you're going to see large number of sick birds or large number of deaths, all of a sudden too. We're talking about, I wake up one morning, I go out, look at my chickens, and I've got a bunch of sick chickens, or I've got a bunch of dead chickens. If you get past that, you're going to look for, and if it's a mild form, it's going to be respiratory signs, nasal discharge, ocular discharge, maybe coughing, sneezing, those types of things. But typically, as far as in the worst case scenario, when you find either lots of dead or lots of sick, it's going to infect all organs. Neurological, you're going to have what we call torticollis, these twisted necks, or these birds are going to be have problems walking, ataxia, stumbling, those types of things. It'll also infect the other, as far as other organs in the body, so you may have diarrhea. These birds typically are going to have ruffled feathers. I mean, they're just going to look unkempt, and they're just not doing good.
All right, thanks, Barry. Dr. Barry Whitworth, OSU Extension veterinarian here at Oklahoma State University. And if you would like a link to Dr. Hall's office, go to our website, sunup.okstate.edu.